Let me ask you something. What if the smallest thing you do this Christmas becomes the reason someone doesn't give up next year? Not a gift, not a grand gesture, not something anyone posts about. Just something small, something quiet, something human. And here's the part most people never realize. You may never know it mattered. Stay with me. We live in a world that celebrates the big moments, big achievements, big surprises, big celebrations, especially during the holidays. We're told this is the season of giving, yet somehow it also becomes the season of pressure. Pressure to do more, to buy more, to show more. And in the middle of all that noise, we forget something important. The most meaningful parts of Christmas have never been loud. They've always been simple. They show up in moments that don't ask for attention, only intention. A shared smile, a gentle pause, a conversation that lasts a little longer because no one is rushing to leave. Real impact doesn't announce itself. It arrives quietly. And often, it begins with something as simple as listening. Not listening while planning your response, not listening while multitasking, but listening to understand. When someone feels truly heard, something inside them softens. Sometimes the weight they're carrying isn't the situation itself. It's the feeling that no one sees them inside it. Your presence can change that. Think about how many people move through this season holding emotions they don't know where to place. Grief that hasn't found words yet. Loneliness hidden behind polite smiles. Stress disguised as strength. Hope mixed with exhaustion. Now think about how powerful it is when someone finally feels safe enough to put those feelings down, even for a moment. That's impact. Not advice, not solutions, just company. Sitting beside someone in their silence, letting them be where they are without rushing them to be somewhere else. During the holidays, this matters more than we realize. Because while some people are celebrating, others are remembering. Others are missing someone. Others are simply trying to get through the season. And sometimes, your willingness to stay present, without fixing, without judging, is the greatest gift you could offer. And sometimes, impact shows up in the way we appreciate others. Not applause, not public recognition, but the quiet acknowledgement that says, I noticed what you did. I see the effort you made. I appreciate you. You might think it's small, but there are people walking into this season doing their best every single day while silently wondering if any of it truly matters. And one sincere sentence, spoken at the right moment, can remind them that it does. Here's something else we often forget. Small acts don't just change others. They shape who we become. Every time you choose patience over frustration, presence over distraction, kindness over indifference, you reinforce the kind of person you are becoming. Giving doesn't drain you, it aligns you. It reconnects you to what truly matters. This is where many of us get stuck. We give, and then we wait. We wait to be thanked. We wait to be noticed. We wait for something in return. But giving was never meant to be a transaction. It's a direction. When you give without expectation, you stop keeping score. And when you stop keeping score, you create space for peace, for connection, for joy. Because kindness doesn't need to come back to you to move forward. It moves through people. A kind word passed on becomes courage. Presence creates safety where there was fear. Appreciation restores worth where doubt once lived. And here's a truth we don't talk about enough. You may never see the ripple you start. You may never hear the follow-up story. You may never know the moment you changed. But that doesn't mean it didn't happen. Some of the most meaningful impacts we make will always remain invisible to us. And that's okay, because the world doesn't need more people trying to be impressive this Christmas. It needs more people willing to be intentional, people who slow down enough to notice, who choose kindness even when they're tired, who listen when it's inconvenient, who show up when it's uncomfortable, who give when it's quiet and unseen. So, before this season passes and life speeds up again, ask yourself one simple question. What is one small act I can offer today without expecting anything back? A moment of attention, a kind word, a message sent first, an honest thank you. A little more patience than usual, because sometimes the smallest act of love becomes the moment everything changes for someone else, even if you never know it. And that is the real meaning of Christmas.